Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Lauwerz. I wanted to get in some mindset for you guys. I wanted to talk about something that's everyone's talking about right now. Everyone's on about, and that's specifically, obviously there's a new president, but something that's really bothering people right now is, what's it called? Is this new stuff with immigration, right? And, obviously the President Trump is looking to get rid of all illegal immigrants. There's certain stipulation, I'm not gonna get around that right now. But I wanted to give you guys some mindset here because this ain't a political conversation, but I wanted to use an example because I feel like people, again, knowing how to think, having the right mindset is very tough. Sorry, I'm a bit stuffy. And again, if you guys don't know, again, I am Lauwerz, here to give you mindset mastery in marriage. I do different reviews. I talk about different stuff that I think is helpful for you all, that I think you guys will connect to and relate to. I want to give you mindset that most people, things that people don't talk about usually, so you guys can understand. So here's the thing about the whole immigration stuff, right? There's a lot of people that are upset, like, hey, how can someone kick some people out of the country? They're breaking families, they're doing this. But I want to introduce something to people so you understand. Now, this doesn't in any way say what my political background is or anything like that. It doesn't say that. But this is just regular mindset right here. If you ever go do something, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a story. Let's say John went to go to the store and he stole, let's say John, committed a crime. He stole some cookies from the store. John stole some cookies, and then the manager never found out about the stolen cookies. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the manager never found out about the stolen cookies, right? And then what happened was the manager eventually got to a place, and let's say the person stole cookies and they were stealing cookies every week. They were stealing cookies all the time, always stealing cookies. And the manager just happened to find out about it, right? Just happened to find out about the stolen cookies. Now, once the manager finds out, let's say the manager now says, hey, you stole cookies, you need to be arrested. And this guy's like, man, I've been stealing cookies every week. You guys have been turning your blind eye. Let's say the guy was turning their blind eye and he was stealing cookies every week. Like, why are you doing something? Why are you doing something now, man? I feed my family off these cookies. I give my family this stuff. I feed my friends from these cookies. And then imagine, but the police officer's like, hey, don't matter, you're getting arrested now. You never should have been stealing cookies in the first place. So, if anything, you should be thankful that everything you've done this far with the cookies, we're not even gonna charge you for that. We're gonna charge you for the cookies you stole today. We're gonna charge you right now. And imagine someone like, oh my God, you guys are breaking apart. You got tearing families apart. Now this guy can't feed his family. Now he can't do it. Well, technically, why didn't the guy, after stealing, why did he find a way to get food legally? Why didn't he try something different? Or go back to his ways and try and say, hey, let me do this a different way, right? But certain people are like, oh my God, the cookies, like why would they take his cookies away? Why would they stop him from having cookies? What he was doing was illegal. So the reason why I'm saying that with this whole immigration process and what people are feeling is people are feeling like, oh, why would he do that? Why would the president take people away from their families? But my thought, guys, and this applies to life. This applies to life. If you do something wrong, whenever you get the consequences, you can't build a lifestyle off wrong. You can't build a lifestyle off wrong. This is with anything. To my men out there that I'm talking to, if you talk to women, if you're working with women, your kids, whatever, you can't build a lifestyle off wrong. And if you do, you have to be okay with the consequences. Hey, if you do, you have to be okay with the consequences. You've got to be okay with the consequences. Because you were getting away with something. you were getting away with it. You chose to build a lifestyle of what's wrong rather than say to yourself, hey, I'm getting away with this now, but I need to start doing the right thing. And then people are upset. Now, upset with a police officer when that person should have done the right thing. And this applies to life, like I said. So I think, in my personal opinion, forget the political stuff. But if someone broke the rules and did something wrong and built their lifestyle off wrong, came to this country illegally, had kids based on what's wrong. And again, I say everything respectful, guys. I'm not trying to be divisive, nothing. Just give us some mindset here. How can you be, why didn't the person take ownership? You know me, I love talking about mindset, ownership. You know, the right thought process. When it comes to men dating women, take ownership of your decisions. Take ownership of what you say, what you do. That's the way to go. Taking ownership is a blessing. It allows you to not have to worry and depend on anyone else. When I came to this country, I was blessed. My dad had me come over here. My dad was here legally. I ended up becoming a citizen legally about 10 years ago now. So I've been an American citizen 10 years. My wife and I just celebrated 10 years of marriage yesterday. And that same year I became a citizen later. But again, probably should have said that because people would think it had nothing to do with me being married. Well, I became a citizen because my dad was a citizen. And I came over here when I was 16. So after a while, I was eligible to go get my citizenship. But my parents did everything legal. They did everything legal. Everything they did was 100% legal, right? But when you do things the right way, you build a life the right way, then life has blessings. But here's the thing. You build life based on something you weren't supposed to be doing anyway. How do you get mad when someone says, hey bro, hey buddy, I know you've been getting this privilege for a while. No, what you do is you start to say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to be thankful for the time I had and I was doing it the wrong way. What you should have done was after a while start to learn how to do things the right way. That's how you go about this. You start to learn how to do things the right way. You don't just continue to do things the wrong way. And then now, you know, that's where sometimes people can gaslight people. Oh, you're breaking me away from my family. No, people are not being broken away from their family. If you think about it, if you're here illegal, I'm talking about, remember, I don't know how anyone can get mad at me on this because I'm talking about legal versus illegal. If someone, like again, if you got with your family, hey, well, you're here with one of you illegal or whatever, if you're not supposed to be here legally, but you built a family off that, if anything, are you trying to gaslight the system? And now, oh my God, you know, because some people, they will come in, they will do stuff illegally, and guess what? They'll say, hey, let's go build a family so no one can say anything to us off this. And is that the right thing to do? If you found out that everyone that was here illegally start to say, hey, let's make sure we just go build a family, and then guess what? We've got a bigger case. How would you feel about that? I'm guessing many people here would feel, wow, that makes sense. That's not the right thing to do. Well, what everyone has to realize is, you're right, it's not the right thing to do. But people often sometimes do bad things or illegal things and then try to, you know, build empathy in those illegal things so people can have empathy for them. But at the end of the day, you do something illegal, you've done it illegal, point blank period. And trust me, I'm not the type of person that wants to see someone get separated from their family. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is if you do something that's not right, if you do something that's not legal, and then you build a life off the illegal, guess what? You have to be okay with the consequences. So what everyone really should be doing, instead of people like, oh my God, like, why are you doing this to them? What those people should be thinking is, you know what? I've got 4 years, I've got a certain amount of time, and I was able to do this the wrong way. It finally caught up to me. I'm gonna be thankful for the experience I had. Gonna be thankful for what I got the chance to do here in this country. You know what? And I've got to take the discipline. You know what I'm saying? Then someone say, hey, that person didn't have education. Well, here's the thing. If you're born uneducated, born into a situation where you're broke or whatever, that's not your fault. But if you die that way, it is. Obviously, depending on what goes on in your life, but it is, because there are options, there's things around you. And I hate to say it, but a lot of times there are people that just choose to be ignorant rather than take ownership. So when you start complaining and saying, hey, how's this person taking people away from their families? How they're doing this and that? I want you to take a second and realize, why don't those people take ownership of their actions? Right? Why do we point at the people that hold people accountable to their actions? Because these people have built families. And again, hear me out. I hope you can understand my point here. I have nothing against anyone. I'm not being divisive. I just want people to think and have the right mindset. You guys know me. I'm passionate about talking about mindset and what comes of that, what entails of that. I just want people to have the right mindset and thought process, because that's the key here. If you have the right mindset and thought process, you understand you've been given a blessing. So those that have been here illegally and now going through a whole bunch of stuff, I hate to say it, but you were given a blessing. That's what it was. You were given a blessing. And now you're having to deal with some of the consequences. But you were given a blessing. And again, I hate to say it, but you got to take those consequences. I'm sorry. This is a point blank period. You got to take those consequences. So any of you watching this in your life, if you've done something, think about where you could take responsibility. Having the right mindset here is think about, okay, you know what? How can I take responsibility? What did I do? What did I play part in this? That's how you look at life. There's certain people that take pride in being a victim. Victim mindset will take you nowhere. Victim mindset is not going to take you anywhere. Victim mindset will punish you, actually. Victim mindset will punish you. Victim mindset is one of the most painful things people can have. Because I'm telling you, it will punish you. It will put you in a situation where you have no choice over your life. Hey. And don't you want to have choice over your life? Don't you want to be the controller, the orchestrator of your life? Don't you want to be the one that makes the decisions of what you do and not have someone else control your destiny? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. My mindset in this whole issue too is, man, how do I make decisions that I can always make? How can I do things where I can always make the primary decision? How can I do things where I have control of my life and no one can say to me, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. You got to do things the right way. But a lot of you that think that this is unfair, think about that. That's all I'm asking you. I'm not saying I'm one side or the other side. All I'm saying here is think about it. Do people deserve to get the consequences of their actions? Yeah. If someone comes to this country illegally, builds a family, and then, the person that did it illegally has to go back home, then they have to understand that. And this is how life goes. You made a decision to build something based on something that was wrong. So the consequence that might catch up to you, you have to be okay with that, because you should have, if anything, you could have gone back and said, you know what, this isn't right. Why didn't people go back and say, you know what, this isn't right, I'm not here legally. I don't have the legal documents, the legal this. So why don't they say that? And why don't we look at it that way? Why do so many people say, hey, we're breaking families apart? And for me personally, I think a lot of people that think like that think people are breaking their family apart or being done dirty, in my personal opinion, those are some of the people that I personally don't think I can have good conversations on this topic with, because I know that those people are most likely, in general, are most likely to side on victim mentality. And I don't support victim mentality. I support, hey, what actions did you place? How do you play a part in this? I hope you guys are getting me. And comment down, guys. Make sure you subscribe, because you guys know you're going to get the best marriage content, things to help men grow in marriage. That's why I do those reviews. Marriage, mindset, and mastery. It's about mastery. So this kind of covers mindset and mastery for you. right? To master yourself as a husband, as a man, as a leader, to master yourself and grow in this space as a leader, a husband, fiance, wherever it is, you got to learn to get out of victim mentality. Victim mentality does not take advantage of a system, whether intentionally or not, and then now complain that you built a life off that system that you weren't supposed to have. That's victim mentality, sorry. Leader mentality says, you know what? I shouldn't probably be doing this, but you know what? I'm gonna take ownership. That's on me. I'll do something different next time. I'll adjust next time. I'll think of something different. That's the mentality to have. How are you growing? How are you thinking of doing something different? How are you saying to yourself, you know what? That's part of the consequence. My son knows, I tell him all the time, hey, this is what happened. This is the consequence, right? There's a lot of things I have to teach him, as you guys know. I'm recently getting my firearms license and my CCH license. And guess what? There's a responsibility with that, but there's consequences if I make bad decisions. Big time consequences. But guess what? I've chosen to take ownership. So again, this isn't to talk about what political side you're on. This is just the mindset behind it. I hope all of you guys that are seeing this stuff can really take heed to my the way that lady was looking at me was so funny. I hope you guys can really listen to what I'm saying here and see how much ownership and control that these people really have to take in this situation. And you can see that as a place of, you know what? Lauwerz makes a good point. I think people do have to take more ownership. This is a thought process I think can have a lot of impact. So anyway, hope you guys are good. Make sure you guys hit subscribe, like, comment down below. If there's anything when it comes to mindset mastery and marriage stuff, help guys grow out there, comment down below. And make sure you guys, there should be a link in the description for my husbands, those that are aspiring to be husbands, my husband's community. Sorry, I'm the husband, I have a wife. My community for husbands, should I say. Comment down below so we can talk about it. And you can get on a wait list. I'm gonna have a wait list growing. And I'm putting something together for you guys. But just get on the wait list so you have the information when the time is right. You're not left out. Take care, guys. Hit subscribe, like, share this with someone that needs the right mindset. Hit that, copy the link, share it with someone, or just share it right here. Take care. Be blessed.